Hi, Michaela Harris here. I appreciate you reaching out for this video. I love making these for business owners because I love being able to show them some really great ways to boost their business on their own. Yes, we are a marketing company, but my goal for this video is to show you what you can do and how you can get started. So first off, for any business, and I did notice that post that you said that you were pretty new, you didn't have a lot of content on social media. So my number one recommendation is start building your brand awareness. Get you all kinds of different social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, all of those things, and start posting on them regularly. Then that's going to start building brand awareness with your customers, but then you're going to want to make sure you're getting a Google business profile. Most definitely start there as well, and then as you get going, go ahead and build you a website. So I'm going to show you a few things on both of those as we go through the video, some tips on what to do, and then towards the end of the video I'm going to show you all the search volume that's out there available to you, and these tips are going to help you reach that volume. So when I said a website and Google business profile, the reason being is because as a potential customer, if I need a pressure washing business in my area and I don't personally know a company by name, or I don't have someone who can recommend me a company that they've used, I'm just completely clueless, the first thing I'm going to do is Google it. And that's how a lot of people are nowadays. The first thing they're going to do is Google for a company. And a lot of people are going to go with companies in the maps section, and a lot of people are going to go with people who have their websites listed. So this word that I've typed in here, pressure washing, I apologize if I butcher this name, Atascocita, Texas. This is what we call a buyer intent keyword. Now, this is usually in the form of a service in a city, and when someone is searching this, they're doing so with the intention of making a purchase of a product or service. So that makes this a very special word because these are the people who are actually going to be customers for you, and in order to reach them, you want to be on this first page. Now, as you can see here, you can see the top 3 businesses and maps and this first page of organic URLs. Now, just a few things here and why this is important is out on this first page, about 75% of all people who search a word or a keyword like you see in that search bar, about 75% of people are going to click on the first 3 URLs. 9 out of 10 people will never make it to the second page, and being in the top 3 maps makes you 5 times more likely to be seen by customers. So as you can see, being on this first page is super beneficial because it's putting you in front of a ton of people, and it's people who are actually making these searches with the intention of hiring a company. And so being right there in their face, they're going to see you at the top, they're going to think, hey, they must be the best because they're at the top of the list, they've got good reviews, they're out here. To do this, you're going to need that profile on a website. So the profile comes in here on the map section. It's pretty easy to create. You go in to your Google account and you go to your apps and go to your business profile. Now, when you do this, you're going to want to make sure you get it completely filled out, get it verified, and then you want to make sure that you're using the same name, address, and phone number all the way across all social media. Everything about your business needs to be exactly as it appears on your Google business profile. This helps Google recognize your business and differentiate you from other people. Then you're going to want to get more photos, reviews, and citations than your top competitors here. So whatever word you're targeting, whatever keywords, you want to look at who your competitors are, get more photos, reviews, and citations. Citations are going to be anywhere online, like directories, Yelp, Yellow Pages, things like that, or anywhere else online that lists your name, address, and phone number exactly as it appears on your Google business profile. You can also link your website, and that will give you what we call a backlink, which I'll explain in just a minute. But when you do this, the next thing you're going to want to do is get you that website so you can get here on this first page in the organic section. If I take a look at your top competitor, this guy right here, if we take a look at his website, overall, okay, this is a directory. So ultimately, let's see, I don't think there's really that much competition in your area. So I'll show you in just a second, but really there's not a lot of competition because there's not a lot of people that's specifically searching for this particular part. Most people are going to search Houston. They're not going to search these outer lying areas. Now, some people do when there is volume out there, but it's not going to be as big as Huntsville. So the more populated an area is, the more people are going to be searching. So if I take a look at this guy, this is actually your top competitor. If I take a look at him, his website looks pretty good. So honestly though, it's not the best. So what I initially recognized is that there is not enough content. Now, content is anything on the page that Google has to like actually read. So that could be images or words, anything like that. You want about 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on your homepage, and then about 500 to 750 words of content on your back pages. Location pages, you can put a little bit more. You can kind of target them as mini home pages so they can have some more content on there. But those keywords that you're targeting, like this right here, this is actually a keyword. So this would be a search term that someone is typing in. Those keywords are important. They're what's going to tell Google what your website's about and where you need to rank. So when you're doing this, you want that content in there, but you want to put about one good keyword for about every 125 to 150 words that are on the page. You can also make sure all your images on your website save as keywords. Now, if you don't know which platform to go with to create a website, I recommend snaps.ai. It's pretty user-friendly. It's great for search engine optimization, and it's one of those drag and drop type things. So if you're not familiar with building websites, it's pretty easy to use. Another platform that you could use that's one of the favorites of mine would be WordPress with Elementor. But again, it's just personal preference. Snaps is pretty much the easiest one to use that still has good quality. So why you want to build this website is because, and why you want to be on this first page, is because when you're doing this, there's going to be search volume out there, and that's going to tell you how many people are actually searching for your services. So when it comes to the outer lying towns and suburbs of Houston, there's not a lot of people searching specific suburbs. I know you're right next to Humble, Texas. So here's you a word for that. Now that's not the only word. That's the only word that's showing up for your competitor right here. But you can see that there's Kingwood, Humble. There's going to be different search terms for each area, and like I said, those smaller towns are not going to have as much. But if you take a look at what Houston's doing, so pressure washing in Houston, this keyword, this term someone's typing in on Google, there are 600 people typing that in every month. Houston, Texas pressure washing, 350 searches every month. Pressure washing Houston, 300. Pressure washing Houston, Texas, 300. So each one of these words is just a little bit different. If you put these within your content on the page, Google's going to see that that's what you need. Your website needs to be ranked for, and it's going to help put you in front of the right people. The next thing you're going to want to worry about, and I apologize if this video is getting a little bit long, I just want to make sure I'm giving you plenty of good information. The next thing after you build that website and target those keywords are going to be backlinks. These are what power your website. So if you look at this UR and DR of this guy right here, Sunny Pressure Washing, he's your top competitor for Huntsville. Houston. He's your top competitor for Houston. So that UR and that DR, that's going to be how trustworthy and powerful search engines think that your site is, and it's influenced by backlinks. Backlinks are just links from another website back to you, and those backlinks are basically an endorsement from that website. So that website's power is going to be putting power behind your website because they basically endorsed you by giving you a link. So those links are going to be, you want them to be high quality. Like you being pressure washing, you wouldn't really care that much about getting a link from a makeup blog because it wouldn't make much sense. But getting a good link from a high quality landscaping or pressure washing website would be a great one to go get. So ultimately, the goal here is for you to make sure you're building brand awareness, especially being a new company. Get those social medias up. Make sure you're starting with that Google business profile. It's super, super helpful. And then go after that website, get that content in there, target those keywords, and figure out what your competitors are doing and do it better. So ultimately, I hope this information was helpful. I realize it's a lot to throw at you at once, but I wanted to be thorough because I do realize that you're a new business. So I really hope this information was helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to talk with you more about all of this. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.